Ladies and gentlemen of the LS11 Universe, welcome to Monday Night Raw. And welcome back to WWE 2K Universe mode. My name is Xander. We kick off Monday Night Raw tonight with the Tribal Chief, the new WWE Champion. Roman Reigns demolished his way to the WWE title at Bad Blood. He smashed the former champion. He destroyed Cesaro. So, ladies and gentlemen, we hear from the new WWE Champion to start off Monday Night Raw. We are now in the era of the Bloodline, the era of the Tribal Chief. Roman Reigns making his way to the ring. No Usos, no Solo Sikoa, no Paul Heyman tonight. Just the Tribal Chief. Reigns speaks to the LS11 Universe for the first time since becoming WWE Champion. So let's hear what the champ has to say. LS11 Universe, acknowledge me. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here comes the man who challenges Roman Reigns for that WWE Championship in 4 weeks at Survivor Series. The Ring General, Valter. A man who believes that the mat is sacred, and a man who I don't think would take too kindly to being told to acknowledge another man inside the ring. The Ring General making his way to the ring. Valter staring a hole through the WWE Champion. The Ring General squaring up to the Tribal Chief. Valter enters the ring and Roman Reigns chooses to fight another day. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Monday Night Raw. We have so much coming up tonight. Tommaso Ciampa returns in the main event, but up next, we have some tag team action to kick us off with the in-ring portion of the show. So we move into tag team action up next. The Mysterios, former Raw Tag Team Champions, making their way to the ring for this tag matchup tonight. Rey and his son Dominic.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall on the way to the ring at a combined weight of 375 pounds. The team of Dominic and Rey Mysterio.
The Mysterios make their way to the ring here, looking to get themselves back towards the Tag Team Championships. Rey and Dominic have a long road to climb back up. It's been a rough season for them so far. They're going to be taking on the Hurt Business. Specifically tonight, they're taking on the team of Bobby Lashley and Moose. Moose is officially 100% part of the Monday Night Raw roster now.
MVP at a combined weight of 576 pounds.
Big E, the United States Champion, the third member of the Hurt Business, or the fourth member, excuse me, not out here with them tonight, notable by his absence. Seems to be doing a bit of soul searching after the events of Bad Blood the other night. So the Hurt Business are here. Imagine if Moose and Bobby Lashley try to get their hands on those tag team championships. I have a bad feeling for Raw's tag division if these two are officially throwing their names into the ring. So it's Rey Mysterio and Bobby Lashley starting it off. Without any further ado, here we go. Lashley tries to come out of the gate, clotheslines Rey Mysterio out of the ring. Grabs onto Dominic now, and Bobby Lashley plants him into the mat. And now the referee holding back Rey Mysterio, or holding back Bobby Lashley, is Moose flattening Rey Mysterio. As the Hurt Business double-teaming Mysterio on the outside. I mean, these two are like 4 times. These two combined weigh almost 600 pounds. Rey Mysterio's 200 pounds soaking wet. Bobby Lashley, elbow strike. Tries to grab Mysterio, kicks him in the ribs now, and Rey Mysterio went for a springboard, and Bobby Lashley just got out of the way into a neck breaker from the Almighty. Bobby Lashley, former United States Champion. Rey Mysterio, former Raw Tag Team Champion. Moose, every man in this matchup's had championship gold at some point. As Mysterio, with a sunset flip to Lashley, takes him down. Grabs him by the arm now, and Rey Mysterio, leg drop to the arm. Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio, former Raw Tag Team Champions. Dominic, former Hardcore Champion as well. Rey Mysterio throws him in the corner. Lashley counters now, and Lashley taking down Rey Mysterio. Bobby Lashley dropping one of the greatest masked wrestlers of all time. And now Rey Mysterio punches him in the face. And Rey Mysterio goes for a kick. He catches Lashley. Mysterio dials it up. Here we go. Goes for 619. Bobby Lashley drops him. And now Lashley with Mysterio up. Lashley, the Dominator. 1, 2. Dominic breaks it up. Dominic now goes down. What is Bobby Lashley thinking now? Bobby Lashley runs at Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio, tries to dive onto Lashley. Lashley now into Hurt Lock. Hurt Lock is in. Dominic Mysterio trying to save his dad, and it works. Lashley dumping Rey Mysterio. Moose punishing Dominic in the corner. It is all Hurt Business right now. As Lashley throwing Rey Mysterio into the apron, goes back into the ring. And for the first time in this matchup, Moose is now the legal man. Moose is just 2 days removed from a hellacious battle with Brock Lesnar. Those two Goliaths went to war, as now he's thrown Rey Mysterio into the ring, and Moose grabbing Rey Mysterio. Moose scoops Mysterio up. And whoa, Rey Mysterio finds the counter. Rey Mysterio, though, you saw he went to his corner, but Dominic wasn't there. DDT from Rey Mysterio. And now Rey Mysterio goes to the outside. Moose getting back up to his feet. Dominic up on the apron. Moose is going to the top. I didn't know I didn't think moose were a species of aviation. Oh, wait a minute, MVP. Rey Mysterio wipes out MVP. But that allows Moose to hit him with a right hook. And again now, Moose with Rey Mysterio off the turnbuckle, dropping the greatest luchador of all time. There's a punch to the gut, into a clothesline. Takes him down now, does Moose. Moose getting Mysterio up to his feet, pops him up into a single arm, choke slam, stacks him up. 1, 2, no. Dominic again saves his dear old dad, and Bobby Lashley wiping out the son of Rey Mysterio as Moose go to hell spear. 1, 2, 3. I suppose you could say on the outside what was happening to Dominic, the sins of the father must be punished on the son. I didn't quite get that right, but you know what I was trying to say. The Hurt Business battle their way to a win. I don't know why their music's not playing. The Hurt Business get the win. Whoa, wait a minute. Here comes the New Day in the ring. Gentlemen. After what happened to Woods at Bad Blood a couple nights ago, do you really think you want to walk in here and do a 3-on-2 assault? Well, actually, P, here's the thing. Your boys, the New Day, brought some backup because, well, my tag partner Sherlock Woods over here did some investigating into that, right, Woods? Kofi's absolutely right because, turns out, MVP, Montel, we found out, you guys were up to no good a few weeks ago, and you've really made someone that we've brought as backup tonight mad, and you might wonder, who could that be? Who, indeed, did the Hurt Business piss off to the point where they would help the New Day? Oh my God. We've been wondering for a month who attacked AJ Styles, and it seems the New Day got to the bottom of it, because here's the phenomenal one. AJ Styles staring a hole through MVP. The phenomenal one. Kofi and Woods have started brawling with Lashley and Moose into the crowd. Here comes AJ Styles. Tells the referee trying to get between him and MVP to get out of his way. Styles coming after MVP. AJ Styles was taken out by the Hurt Business last month, it would seem. So now Styles and MVP getting into a brawl in the ring. MVP goes for a kick, but Styles grabs him. Styles wiping him out. Styles joining forces with the New Day. AJ Styles teaming with the New Day, dropping the Hurt Business. We take you backstage now to the sponsor of Brock Lesnar, Eric Bischoff. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my guest at this time, the sponsor to the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar, and a man who has more dye in his hair than I do money in my bank account, Eric Bischoff. Well, at least for one part, you know you got less money in your bank account. But let's just make one thing clear. Brock Lesnar got that big 13th win at Bad Blood the other night over Moose. Now, Moose is a formidable opponent. I will admit, he had the Beast reeling after a couple of those spears, but Brock Lesnar is not focused on what happened. He is focused on what is going to happen. And what is going to happen is we are going to get wins 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and then of course that sweet, sweet win number 20. And then Brock Lesnar will take his rightful place as WWE or World Heavyweight Champion as the top man on either Raw or SmackDown. Maybe he'll even try and take both of them. Who knows? But next week on Raw and next week on Super SmackDown, Brock Lesnar is going to look for wins number 14 and 15, and we don't care who challenges him next week. Yes! Hello! Easy Eric. Danhausen here, very nice, very evil, very hardcore. Danhausen, here's that Beast Broxon looking for a challenge. Well, Danhausen, very nice, very hardcore. Danhausen next week will be very, very Beast Slayer. That's not your. Danhausen can be what Danhausen wants to be. So next week, Danhausen will curse Beast Brockner on Monday night. Look, man, I don't know what the hell you think you are. I'm Danhausen. Look, you want Brock Lesnar next week, it's your death wish. I'm gonna get it made, but I'm gonna get it made no holds barred. Yes, give Danhausen the match with the Beast Broxon, or you'll be cursed. Yeah, I'm real concerned. Well, we go into some singles action up next, ladies and gentlemen. I guess it's official now. Next week on Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar versus Danhausen in a no-holds-barred match. Dana Brooke making her way to the ring. Everybody, Dana Brooke appears in LS11 Universe. Take a drink. Dana Brooke making her way to the ring. She's got a big opportunity tonight.
Making her way to the ring from Cleveland, Ohio, Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke has a big opportunity tonight. As I was saying, she's going to be going one-on-one with the longest reigning champion in LS11 Universe history. So as Dana Brooke makes her way to the ring, she takes on Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley successfully defended against Shayna Baszler, her greatest rival, inside the steel cage a few nights ago at Bad Blood. Tonight, she makes her way to the ring here on Monday Night Raw. Very quickly closing in on that 60-win marker. It is a tight race between Rhea Ripley and Tommaso Ciampa to find out who is going to be the first to get to 60 wins. Ciampa is at 59, but he had to take a month off due to the injury caused by Johnny Gargano at Clash of Champions. Meanwhile, Rhea Ripley, the Raw Women's Champion, tonight she walks into this matchup, and Rhea Ripley, currently in the LS11 Universe, is on win number 59. So if she wins tonight, she is going to officially overtake Tommaso Ciampa as the most winning star on the channel. Let that sink in for a moment. Rhea Ripley could be on the verge of holding two different accolades on this channel. One as the longest reigning champion of all time, and one as the most winning star of all time. Ripley with a kick right out of the gate. Knocks Dana Brooke down. Rhea Ripley. Oh dear God. Stomps away on Dana Brooke. Rhea! Well, Dana Brooke managed to pounce on her. And now Rhea immediately gets back up to her feet. Rhea Ripley back to her feet now. She grabs Dana Brooke and clotheslines her. Rhea picks her back up again, clotheslines her again. Rhea Ripley into another. As the Nightmare kicking down Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke with a chop now, and Dana clotheslined to Ripley. Well, we're seeing more out of Dana Brooke than I honestly thought we would tonight. Rhea kicks her in the face, though. And now we're getting to the point where I thought we'd be. Rhea now getting Dana Brooke back to her feet. Rhea Ripley goes for a kick. Dana Brooke caught the leg. And now Dana Brooke goes for a chop. Rhea caught her. Rhea Ripley kicks her in the ribs. Punches her in the gut. Rhea now with Dana back up to her feet. Rhea Ripley kicks her in the ribs again. Punches her in the back once more. And now Rhea getting her back up to her feet. Rhea Ripley kicks her in the ribs. It's just a pin. It doesn't have to be serious. Rhea Ripley with the Riptide. 2. No. Decides she's not done. Rhea Ripley for the exclamation point. For win number 60. There's the boot. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley officially overtakes Tommaso Ciampa for most wins in channel history. Rhea Ripley boots her way to the top spot. Will anyone ever be able to stop Rhea? What the hell? Sasha Banks! Bashing a kendo stick across the head of the champion! The boss! Absolutely battering Rhea Ripley now! Breaking the kendo stick over! Sasha Banks jumping Rhea Ripley! Unprovoked! Banks lost fair and square at Clash of Champions a couple months ago. But now she's taking out her frustrations on Rhea Ripley. What the hell? Sasha Banks absolutely dominating Rhea Ripley right now. Banks making her statement here. Sasha Banks makes a statement over the Raw Women's Champion. Well, we got more coming up. Well, there's the Hardcore Champion, Lance Archer. Oh, God. Cameron Grimes! Cameron Grimes! Jumping the Hardcore Champion! Cameron Grimes has been after a Raw contract and the Hardcore title for months now. He throws Lance Archer into the guardrail. Oh, Grimes. Oh, Cameron. What have you done? Lance Archer scoops him up. Archer now carrying Grimes like a rag doll. Power slam from Grimes. Or to Grimes from Archer. And now Lance Archer with Cameron Grimes. Oh, throws him towards that gap. Drops him now. Lance Archer absolutely decimating Cameron Grimes for daring to try and take the Hardcore Championship. Good Lord. Oh no, Grimes. Oh no, you got more than you bargained for, pal. Powerbomb! Dropping Cameron Grimes. Wait a minute! Jimmy Uso! Jimmy Uso of the Bloodline! Cracking a shovel over the body of Lance Archer! Super kick! Got him in the jaw! Let's get it, Moose! Wait a minute! Solo Sikoa! Just dove from the rafters! 1, 2, Sikoa just won the Hardcore title! Reigns told him come back when he could figure out how to make himself useful. Sikoa brings more gold to the Bloodline. More action coming up next. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's the moment I know you were all waiting for. Roderick Strong, the new Cruiserweight Champion and the Money in the Bank contract holder, is here.
Weighing in at 200 pounds, the NXT Cruiserweight Champion, Roderick
Roderick Strong, due to being the Cruiserweight Champion, can now appear on whatever show he wants. Small update, I mentioned at Bad Blood I'd be working to take care of the whole championship situation, make it the old purple belt again. I tried to. For some reason, the purple belt itself is glitched out. When you try and put new plates on it, they just come in solid black. So we're going to be sticking with the old NXT title for the foreseeable future. I've uninstalled 2K22 at this point. There's no turning back. So Roderick Strong tonight here on Raw is going to take on Cedric Alexander. Cedric Alexander making his way to the ring. He's got a big opportunity tonight to go one-on-one with the Cruiserweight Champion. So without any further ado, Strong and Alexander one-on-one. Here we go. They lock up. Cedric Alexander, suplex into a cover. One. No. Kick out from Roddy. Roderick Strong dethroned Chad Gable just a couple nights ago at Bad Blood, and he's immediately here on Raw. He said he wanted to show the adoring public, because he knows how much the LS11 Universe fans love him. He wanted to show them that he'd be a fighting Cruiserweight Champion. Clothesline, and a kip up now from Cedric Alexander. And now Cedric coming off the ropes, goes for a jab. Roderick Strong catches him. Strong fires away now, and Strong grabs onto him. Roderick Strong with Cedric going for a suplex. Cedric gets out of the way now, and Cedric Alexander German to Roderick Strong. Getting him back up to his feet now is Cedric. He's got Strong back up. There's a right hook. They collide now, and Cedric with another right hand connect. Roderick Strong grabs onto him, and now Strong grabs Cedric up on his shoulders. Flapjack from Roddy. Malcolm Bivens loving it on the outside. Strong now picks up Alexander. There's a right hook. And Roderick Strong now with Cedric. Out of the ring he goes. Roderick Strong following after him. There's a kick from Strong. Cedric back to his feet. Went for a clothesline. They collided. Strong knocked him out of the air with that kick. And now Roderick Strong kicks him in the ribs. Double underhook. Suplex takes him down. And a kick to the arm. Cedric Alexander getting picked back up to his feet now. Roderick Strong getting back into the ring. Cedric following right after him now. Roderick Strong catches him. Strong throws him back out of the ring again. Strong establishing ring control right now. Cedric staggers back to his feet now, and Cedric right back into the ring again. Roderick Strong catches him again. Strong going for an Alabama slam. Cedric cover on the Cruiserweight Champion. One. No. Roderick Strong kicks out. And now Alexander grabs onto him, rolls him through. Cover. One. No. There's a chop. And as Cedric gets caught, Roderick Strong, gut check. Strong with a gut check to Alexander. One. No. Kick out from Cedric. Kick out from Cedric Alexander. Roderick Strong gets him back to his feet. Strong, no. Cedric counters. Cedric Alexander gets caught. Roderick Strong now scoops him up again. Strong. Alabama slam to Cedric. There's another kick. Cedric back to his feet. Cedric Alexander with a knee strike. The only reason Malcolm Bivens out here, in case you were curious, the reason Drew Gulak, the Creed brothers, Ivy Nile, you're not seeing any of them out here tonight is, well, the traveling championship rule only applies to the champion, and if they have a manager, and Bivens the only one considered a manager, as Cedric hit a Hurricane Rana and Strong got out of it. Cedric now getting back up to his feet. Cedric Alexander pops him up, drives him into the mat. Cedric into a cover. 1, 2. Roderick Strong kicked out. And now Cedric Alexander grabs Strong. Cedric with the Cruiserweight Champion throws him out of the ring. Cedric Alexander now calling Roderick Strong up to his feet. Cedric Lupe Suicida, strong in the ground and pound. Cedric crashed and burned. Roderick Strong, ripcord knee. Strong now gets Cedric up to his feet. Roderick Strong throws him into the steps. Referee at the count of 4. Roderick Strong trying to take a count out. Cedric Alexander up onto the apron. Back into the ring now. Right hook to Strong. Cedric into a suplex. Into the cover. 1, 2. Roderick Strong kicked out again. Cedric Alexander going to the top rope. Alexander. Frog splash. 1, 2. Roderick Strong kicked out again. Goes for a kick. Roderick Strong out of the way. Clothesline from Strong. Now Roderick Strong with Cedric. Gets him back up. Strong into another ripcord knee. And back into ground and pound now on Cedric. Roderick Strong taking him down. Cedric back to his feet though. Cedric Alexander sweeps the leg. And now Cedric Alexander. Right hand to Strong. Cedric with a jab. Forearm strike and again. Spinning back fist. Clothesline wipes him out. Cedric Alexander now gets the Cruiserweight Champion back up to his feet. Goes for a right hook. Gets kicked in the ribs. Roderick Strong kicks him now. Roderick Strong. Right hook connects. And now Roderick Strong getting him back up to his feet. Roderick Strong scoops him up. And gut check connects again. Into the cover. 1, 2. Kick out. And now Roderick Strong gets him up one more time. Strong. Another gut check. Oh, but now he comes off the ropes. Big knee strike as well. Into a cover. 1, 2, 3. Cedric Alexander gave it his all against the Cruiserweight champ, but in the end, Roderick Strong gets a win in his first matchup as the Cruiserweight Champion. As I said, Cedric, he came close off that brainbuster. That frog splash was another near fall. But in the end, Roderick Strong with the gut check into a rocket kick. Mr. Money in the Bank and the Cruiserweight Champion. Is there anything this man can't do? He's the most decorated superstar in LS11 Universe for a reason. 6 different championships now. Roderick Strong with the big win. We got more coming up next. We hear from the Raw Tag Team Champions. Now, for those who didn't see the events of Bad Blood, myself and the megastar LA Knight became your new Raw Tag Team Champions. Yeah! And now, we are not going to be champions like the Street Profits who put their bodies on the line week in and week out for the entertainment of all of you. No, it's not quite that simple, because we are going to make the Raw locker room earn their opportunities. Yeah! We are going to watch the show from our private locker room each week, having only the finest meals of each of these cities. Yeah! And then when people work their way up to the top to earn a shot against us, then maybe we'll consider gracing that ring with our presence. Yeah. So now, how about we get out of here? Let me talk to him first. Look, you got the megastar, you got the glorious one. We're the Raw Tag Team Champions. That ain't changing anytime soon. Yeah. We move on to some singles action. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, here comes El Generico.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Weighing in at 212 pounds, the Superstar.
El Generico making his way to the ring. He has a big opportunity, a big challenge ahead of him. El Generico tonight has to go one-on-one with the most deadly men on Monday Night Raw. A man who has been absolutely dominant since his arrival a few weeks ago. He takes on the Machine. Brian Cage.
And his opponent from Fontana, California, weighing in at 200.
By the way, Dre41 Gaming.
The Machine.
This man's been pulling through for this series, man. I only mention that because he sets the Twitter handles for the characters he makes as his own tag, and like I said, I'm never changing that. These creators work too hard. Brian Cage, the Machine, making his way to the ring tonight. He came up short against AJ Styles last week thanks to the return of Dolph Ziggler, but now Brian Cage goes one-on-one with El Generico. And we know Dolph Ziggler's got to be looming somewhere watching this matchup very closely. So it's Generico and Cage one-on-one. If you told me this matchup was going to be happening when this series started, I wouldn't have believed you. As Brian Cage, the big man, just popped out a Hurricane Rana. Jeez. Cage went for a jab. Generico goes for his crossbody. Cage now grabs him. Goes for an overhead belly-to-belly. Brian Cage gets caught with an arm drag. Generico getting back to his feet now. Generico gets up to his feet. Generico with a chop to Cage. Generico grabs Brian Cage. Knee into the back. El Generico going up to the top rope. El Generico standing tall here. Generico calling Cage back up to his feet. El Generico. Oh, Brian Cage power bombs him. Turned him inside out with that one. And now Brian Cage. Power slam. Ducks out of the ring now. What is Cage thinking? Pacing back and forth. The referee gets distracted. The referee distracts Generico. Brian Cage grabs him. Brian Cage. Oh, Generico counters. Generico takes out the knee. Brian Cage goes down. Generico grabs hold of him. And into a neck breaker on the Machine. And Generico went for a moonsault. Cage back to his feet. Brian Cage. Clothesline. Cage now gets Generico back up to his feet. There's a chop. Generico goes for a chop. Brian Cage gets caught. Generico throws him in the corner. Generico grabs onto Cage. El Generico puts the leg in the ropes. Kicks the leg of Brian Cage. And Cage now staggers. Generico with a chop. Forearm strike. El Generico with a forearm puts him in the corner again. Generico punching Brian Cage in the face. So did they make this irreversible this year? As he punches him 10 times in the face. Getting him back up to his feet now is Generico. Generico went for Blue Thunder Bomb. Brian Cage firmly planted himself in a big crossbody. And now Brian Cage. Power Bomb. He's not letting go, though. Brian Cage into another. And again. And now Cage with Generico. Oh, no. Oh, I was going for Drill Claw. Generico countered. Generico with Cage. Going for a suplex of his own. Brian Cage gets a straight vertical on his own cage. With a German suplex, turns Generico over. Getting him back to his feet now is Brian Cage. That was a stiff knee strike. Now Brian Cage with another uppercut to El Generico. Brian Cage. There's a chop. Clothesline. Generico getting dropped in a heap again. Brian Cage gets him back up to his feet. There's a chop. Grabs onto Generico. Throws him off the ropes. Brian Cage, they collide. Generico grabs him. Generico with Cage in the corner. El Generico with Brian Cage. Throws him now. Back across the ring. Here comes Generico. No, he's got him again. Generico throws him across the ring again. And again. Juggling him around the ring right now. Oh! Win for sicko leg kick. Now I get it. Now I get what the point was. He was trying to tire him out. And now he grabs onto him. He goes up to the top rope again. And El Generico hammering away on Brian Cage. 9, 10. Again, they just made it where you can't reverse that, didn't they? Cage back to his feet now. Cage kicks him. Brian Cage went for a knee strike. Generico got him in the ribs. Cage into... Oh no. Drill Claw! 1, 2, 3. Brian Cage drill claws his way to a victory over El Generico. Dolph Ziggler, be careful what you wish for. Because, ladies and gentlemen, I can confirm that Dolph Ziggler has requested a match with Brian Cage. He has requested to fight Brian Cage in the coming weeks on Monday Night Raw. We are waiting for the general manager to make it official. But Dolph Ziggler wants a fight with Brian Cage. And I wish him the best of luck with that. But ladies and gentlemen, up next, our final matchup of the evening before our big main event of Tommaso Ciampa's return and his big announcement. Valter takes on main event Jey Uso. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is the final match of the night. For a little fourth wall break for a moment, we're going to be doing 5 matches a show for Raw, Dynamite, Impact, and SmackDown, unless it's a special episode like next week's Super SmackDown. And that is because this is all being done on one game now, which means I have to record everything back to back to back. And it's either you get 7 matches an episode and the upload schedule is broken, or you get to keep your nearly daily episodes, but you just sacrifice. It's only going to be 5 matches instead of 7 a show. I mean, in all fairness, 2 of the matches feel like filler every week anyway. So, Jey Uso, main event Uso, makes his way to the ring. And you might ask, why don't I just do the simulated thing I used to do? Well, Universe Mode is still freaking broken on PC. So, it still crashes when you try and edit matches. So there's your little bit of explanation for why things are the way they are right now. Like I said, I've uninstalled 2K19 at this point. Uninstalled all the mods, freed up over 400 gigs on my computer. But this is your main event, ladies and gentlemen, as here comes the man who will challenge the Tribal Chief in just a few weeks' time. The Ring General. Former NXT champion, former NXT UK champion.
And his opponent, representing Imperium from Vienna, Austria, weighing in at 297 pounds,
Valter, the Ring General, makes his way to the ring. This is a big matchup for him tonight. He is on a path of destruction. He beat Drew McIntyre in a hard-hitting affair at Bad Blood. And now tonight, he walks into this matchup with Jey Uso. He walks into a match where he needs to win. because he has this match with Roman Reigns coming up in a few weeks. He cannot afford to be losing on the way to his match with Reigns. Valter has only been defeated once this season in singles competition, and it was by the former WWE Champion Cesaro. You know, Valter probably would like to try and go to round 3 with Cesaro for that championship, but I think he'll take a fight with Roman Reigns just as well. Keep in mind it was Roman Reigns he confronted on his first night as part of Monday Night Raw. All the way back on draft night. So it's Jey Uso and Valter starting us off here for the main event matchup of the evening. Here we go. Oh, went for the chop. Jey caught him. And now Jey throws Valter over the top rope. Goes for a right hand. Valter counters. Getting back into the ring now is the ring general. He chops him immediately. Right hook connects now. Valter firing away. They do another chop. And a boot connects for good measure. Clothesline. Good Lord. Jey Uso got turned inside out. Uso is in trouble right now. Jey Uso with a right hook, though. We already saw another member of the Bloodline earlier tonight, Solo Sikoa, and Jey's brothers, Solo Sikoa and Jimmy, assist one another into getting the Hardcore Championship into the Bloodline. Solo Sikoa taking down Lance Archer backstage for that, so the Bloodline now have more gold. All that remains is the Usos to get gold for the Bloodline to have everything. Oh, went for another chop. And now a slap from Jey. There's another chop. Wait for another. Don't get in a chop match with Valter. Let me just advise you of that right now, Jey. Don't get in a chop match with the Ring General because you won't win it. You're not going to win a chop match with Valter. Now Valter. What a clothesline. Planted him with that one. And now Valter pulls him in. Picks him up. Powerbomb. He's hanging on, though. This is how we put down Drew McIntyre at Bad Blood. A trifecta of power bombs. Going to the top. Normally it's the Usos that fly, but tonight it's the Ring General. 1, 2, 3. And in quick fashion, Valter shows why he is #1 contender. Roman Reigns, look out. Because this big, angry Austrian is coming right for you. Valter could go all the way from NXT champion when this season started to WWE Champion by Survivor Series. Ladies and gentlemen, normally this is where I would bid you farewell, but up next, we have one last bit of the show. Tommaso Ciampa is back. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to Monday Night Raw, Tommaso Ciampa. This is the first time we are seeing Ciampa on Raw since Clash of Champions.
Making his way to the ring from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds.
Tommaso Ciampa, the Grand Slam champion, makes his way to the ring, the second most winning person in LS11 Universe. He's apparently got a huge career-altering announcement to make tonight. I'm very interested to find out what he's got to say, as I'm sure are the rest of you. So Tommaso Ciampa makes his way to the ring. Let's see what Tommaso Ciampa has to say. So I've promised a career-altering announcement tonight. I've had a month off to think about a lot of things after the concussion that Johnny decided to give me at Clash of Champions and cost me my United States Championship. And I thought about not coming back. I thought about staying home for good. then I realized that's not what Tommaso Ciampa's all about. And I made some calls. And I came back at Bad Blood to show Johnny what it's like to be screwed over. And so now, I can announce the biggest match of my career. Survivor Series. I have the most important night of my career. Survivor Series. One final beat. Gargano Ciampa 3. Tommaso! When I heard you were back on Raw tonight, I had to bring my ring gear with me because I knew I might have to fight you to get you out of here myself. And I'm afraid I've got some bad news because as the Raw General Manager, I did not sign off on this match, nor did SmackDown General Manager Triple H. Well, you see, Mr. Barrett, I'm afraid I've got some bad news of my own. Because I didn't have to go to you or Triple H. I went straight to Vince McMahon himself and told him this is the biggest money match he could have. And that persuaded him immediately. I'm the Raw General Manager. You can't go over my head like that. Well, actually, I think you forget that term is actually interim Raw General Manager because Mr. McMahon let me in on another little secret. He's found your replacement. What the bloody hell are you talking about? They can't replace me. They can, and they did, Wade. Mick, what are you doing here? Mr. McMahon himself called me after he realized what a terrible job you were doing, and he asked me if I wanted that job that he offered me 2 years ago. That job that he pulled the rug out from under me on to be Raw General Manager. And I said, of course. Anything to get Wade Barrett out of the office. So Wade, I'm going to give you 3 options. You can step down peacefully, and I will give you a spot on the Raw roster as an active competitor. You can bow out of the position and go home, pursue other projects. Or I can have you escorted out. Mick Foley, I'm afraid I've got some bad news, because I will be destroying Raw from the inside out. Yeah, I thought you might say that. Ciampa? Ciampa clobbers Barrett from behind. Ciampa takes out the trash. Thanks, Ciampa. You're welcome, Mr. General Manager. I will take my payment in a matchup with Gargano at Survivor Series. Well, as the Raw General Manager, I can make that happen. LS11 Universe, have a nice day. Tommaso Ciampa gets what he wants. We have a new Raw General Manager. It is a huge night in the LS11 Universe. Thank you all for watching tonight's episode of Monday Night Raw. I will see you tomorrow for Dynamite, the final Dynamite of 2K19. Until then, I've been Xander, and that was Universe.